Srimad Bhagavad Gita was the science spoken to Arjun on the battlefield, not at the luxuries at home. They were not together in one evening, one fine evening when there was a very beautiful atmosphere and they were in comfortable condition, and then Arjuna asked some questions and there was a beautiful discussion. It was not like that. It was spoken at the time of Arjuna's most important challenging situations of life. So that was war. That was not something like small war. It was called Mahabharat war, the greatest war that has taken place till now. And in that war, just about the biggest war in his life, he has won many wars, but the biggest war of his life he is about to start, and he fell into lots of psychological problems. He didn't want to fight only. So Krishna spoke to make him stand again, to lift his bow and arrow again, and to do the same thing which he was not willing to do before. But he did it with better equipment of understanding, better equipped with knowledge, and better equipped with understanding of purpose. And then he was victorious because of his better preparedness with knowledge. So Bhagavad Gita is a science to make you win the battle of life. And not only to Arjun, who is a man, who is a Kshatriya, who is a champion warrior. No, to each and every one of us. Men, women, young, old, middle-aged, educated, uneducated, beautiful, ugly, rich, poor, healthy, unhealthy, and you can go on. All kinds of human beings in all stages of life. This science will give enlightenment. And with any conditions of life, you will get enlightenment. That is guaranteed. It is not only for a warrior who is standing in front of a war with armed weapons. Not for only that, because we all are fighting our battle of life. Day to day, hour to hour, week to week, month to month and year to year, from our birth we are fighting to be happy, to be successful, and to be purposeful in our life. So this has been a science which has been accepted by all religions of life. There's one science. Islam accepts that this is a spiritual science. Christianity accepts, Judaism accepts, Buddhism accepts. All spiritual walks of life, philosophical schools, they accept this as the highest level of spirituality that has been ever expressed. Undoubtedly, undisputedly. So we have to be very proud about it, and we have to learn Bhagavad Gita, and more than learning, we have to learn to practically apply the principles of Bhagavad Gita in our life. I want to make it clear to you here before we only begin that Bhagavad Gita is not for elocution. Bhagavad Gita is not to become Pandit and do Pandit Goshti or Shastrartha Vichar or debate or to quote to say how much I know, how much you know, how much he knows. Bhagavad Gita's sole purpose is to practice, not to just be eloquent about it. We should be very clear about it. This life is given to us with the purpose of application of Bhagavad Gita in day-to-day practical life of a woman, a man or a child, in education, in business, in employment, in your day-to-day challenges, in every single thing. This science is applicable if understood sincerely from a bona fide guru and practiced in his guidance. This science is actually speaking Guhya. Guhya means very difficult and very confidential. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam. In 9th chapter, Krishna begins this shloka. So in one sense, it is very confidential. It's not very easy to understand. But at the same time, it is very easy to understand. How I am making two statements contradictory? For those who are simple-hearted, it is very simple to understand. Those who are complicated with materialistic life, with ulterior motivations, with cunningness, with duplicity, For them it is very difficult to understand. Sometimes it becomes useless, purposeless scripture. Why do we read this? It's not practical. It was spoken 5,000 years back in the battle of Dwapar Yuga. Now we are in Kali Yuga, well over 2,500 years, whatever. But we are sincere and we are submissive and we have a Guru who is a realized soul. Tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Those who have seen the truth, tattvadarshina, you surrender to them, inquire from them, understand from them and practice in their guidance. Then this whole secret, guhya, is very easily understood by anybody. You don't have to be PhD or postgraduate into your fields. That has nothing to do with your spiritual life. You may be having 10 PhDs. Many people have. But that doesn't mean that that person will understand spirituality given in Bhagavad Gita. What requires to understand Bhagavad Gita is purity at heart, purity of purpose and simplicity, and may not be high education. Intelligence comes by reading Bhagavad Gita, actually speaking. And every human being is given a basic intelligence to understand what is good and what is not bad, what is not good, right? Each and even the thief, in the most mafia person who is a debauchee, he also within his heart knows, okay, I am not doing good activity, but he is impelled to perform bad activities. But the differentiation is available with everybody as gifted by God. You know what is good, what is not good. Whenever you do something bad also, some manipulation, some word jugglery, you know what I am doing. So that basic intelligence is called as Sad Asad Vivek Buddhi. Sad means good, Asad means bad, in simple words. To differentiate between the two, that intelligence is called as Sad Asad Vivek Buddhi or Sar Asar Buddhi. Sar means what is essential, what is not essential. What is important, what is not important. What is not good, what is good. This intelligence comes and this gets sharpened when you study Bhagavad Gita. So the basic purpose of studying Bhagavad Gita is to bathe your intelligence and make it pure. Why I say it has to become pure? Is it impure? Yes, when it is misused to create atom bomb, it is impure. When it is misused to harm somebody, to destroy somebody, that is impure intelligence. Mahatma Gandhi used to say, I bathe my intelligence every day with the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. It's a very allegorical, poetic statement, but it's a very beautiful statement because by studying Bhagavad Gita or reading Bhagavad Gita every day, by reciting Bhagavad Gita, by trying to understand Bhagavad Gita, our intelligence is getting more and more and more clear and clean day by day. For that matter, any spiritual scripture, Srimad Bhagavat or Puranas or Upanishads, the word of God, Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavat pranitam. When we read the word of God in the form of scriptures, our intelligence gets sharp. And with that sharp intelligence, we understand what is good, what is bad, and more we understand what is spiritual and what is material. That intelligence will get immediately. And with that intelligence, when you pursue your life, you will very soon attain the Lord. You will attain the mercy of the Lord, the feet of the Lord, the devotion to the Lord. And that is why we all are here. We all are not here to enjoy the material world to the farthest extent with the great intelligence that we have received over the animals. We have not come here to enjoy the world. We have come here in the human body to understand the purpose of life and to achieve the purpose of life. For that, a specific number of years, the period of life is given to all of us. And whether we are old or young, the purpose is still on. The purpose doesn't become diluted when you become 80. The purpose doesn't become magnified when you are 20. The purpose is same from the time you are born till the time you have to leave. So the essential aspect of Bhagavad Gita is what I am going to read today. And I can tell you why it is essence. But there is only one verse in Bhagavad Gita which Krishna has spoken 2 times. If you study Bhagavad Gita, you will come to know that no other verse, shloka, Krishna has spoken 2 times. So the verse which I am going to read now, I will first read the verse, read some explanation of one time, and the second time when he said, again the explanation, and then we will discuss that in few words. So maybe because it is a very important verse, you all can repeat after me. It's very simple. First time Krishna speaks about this verse or this verse in 9th chapter, last verse. 9th chapter is Raja Vidya Yoga, and 34th verse is this one. Please speak. Manmana bhava madbhakto, Manmana bhava madbhakto, Madhyaji mam namaskuru, Madhyaji mam namaskuru, Mame vaishyasi yuktaivam, Mame vaishyasi yuktaivam, Atmanam matparayanaha, Atmanam matparayanaha. Krishna is saying, O Arjun, engage your mind always in thinking of me. This connects to man mana. Man mana. Think of me. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Next is mad bhakto. Bhava mad bhakto. Become my devotee. Third is offer pranams to me. Madhyaji mam namaskaru. Do namaskar to me. Madhyaji also means, Madhyaji means to worship. Worship me. Offer your pranam to me. Then, Mame Vaishyasi Yuktaivam. Then he says, being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Mat Parayana means what? You will become fully conscious of me. Parayana means to become absorbed. To become completely overwhelmed with one object of life. So how will you become Mat Parayana? How will you become absorbed in me? When you will think of me, you will become my devotee, you will worship me, you will offer pranams to me. In this way, you will become absorbed in me. And thus, you will surely reach me. This is the word-to-word meaning. In this verse, it is clearly indicated that Krishna Bhakti is the only means of salvation for all the human beings from the clutches of contamination in the material world. There are some devotees who always think of Krishna. Like we know Tukaram Maharaj. We know so many devotees in India who are always absorbed in thinking of the Lord. And there are some demons who also think of Krishna. Any example? Kamsa was all time, day and night thinking about Krishna. But there is a difference between these two thinking. One is thinking with love, like mother is thinking about a child with love, and another is thinking as an enemy, when he is going to come to kill me. She is mentioned here. He was thinking of Krishna always enviously. He was always thinking of Krishna, but thought of Krishna as his enemy. He was always in anxiety, wondering when Krishna would come to kill him. That kind of thinking will not help us. One should be thinking of Krishna in devotional love. That is bhakti. One should cultivate the knowledge of Krishna continuously. What is that favorable anukula cultivation of knowledge of Krishna? It is to learn from bona fide teacher. Krishna is the supreme person. We have several times explained in this book that his body is not material, it is spiritual, full of knowledge and eternity. This kind of talk about Krishna will help us to become a devotee. If you keep hearing these talks, it will help us to become devotee. Understanding Krishna otherwise from wrong source will prove fruitless. One should therefore engage his mind in the eternal form, the primal form, the Adi Rupa of Krishna, with conviction in the heart that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, he should engage himself in his worship. There are hundreds of thousands of temples in India that worship Krishna, and devotional service is practiced there. That is bhakti. When such practice is made, one has to offer pranams to Krishna. One should lower his head before the Lord, engage his mind, body, activities, everything in service to Krishna. That will make one fully absorbed in Krishna without deviation. This will help one transfer to Krishna Loka, to the divine spiritual abode where Krishna lives. One should not be deviated by unscrupulous commentators. One must engage in Navadha Bhakti, the 9 different kinds of bhakti, beginning from Shravanam, that is hearing, then reciting and chanting about Krishna. Pure bhakti is the highest achievement of human society. This is the one mention of the verse in Bhagavad Gita. Then we'll go into the second mention about this verse. This comes in the last chapter. The second mention about this same shloka is in 18th chapter. So 9th chapter and 18th chapter, last chapter. And that too, the chapter is ending with some 78 shlokas. This is 65th shloka, 18th chapter, 65th verse. Manmanama mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru mame vaishya satyam te. Little difference is there. Mame vaishya satyam te prati jane priyosi me. The word-to-word meaning of this verse is, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, offer your pranams to me. Thus you will come to me without fail. By doing this, what will happen? You will come to me. Now you are in the material world, but you will reach me without fail. That is very important. There is a guarantee given. If you follow this process of bhakti, you will meet Krishna without fail. And next line is important. I promise you this, Krishna is saying. See, prati jane means I promise. Another point he has said, prati jane hi kaunteya namai bhaktya pranashyati. I promise, I announce boldly that my devotee will never perish. I will protect him. So the same word is here. Prati jane priyosi me. What is the meaning of priyosi me? Because you are very dear to me, I am telling you the secret. This is not to be told to anybody. This is to you I am telling, because you are bhakto semi sakha cheti, sakha cha iti. Why I am telling you this secret, confidential thing? Because you are my friend and you are my devotee. So what is the qualification to know the confidential knowledge, the confidential spiritual knowledge? Is to become a devotee and to become a friend of Krishna. Who is a friend? One who is a well-wisher, one who opens the heart, one who serves, one who is in there when difficulty is there. A friend indeed is a friend indeed, right? We say that. So when you become like that for Krishna, he becomes everything for you. Sarvasva. Suruda. He becomes one in heart with you, one in spirit with you. You love him. So then Krishna says, to that person, I reveal this truth. So I am telling you, Arjuna, Ma me vaishya satyam te pratijane priyasume. This truth I am revealing to you because you are my friend. And you are my very dear friend, and you will come to me without fail. Now, some explanation. The most confidential part of knowledge is that one should become a pure devotee of Krishna. Always think of him and act for him. One should not become official meditator. As I told you, it's not just a process for controlling your mind or giving you good health or peace of mind. It is not meant for that. It is meant to love the Lord. There are many purposes. You do yoga for health also, but you can do yoga for mental peace also. But you can do yoga for becoming one with the Lord's thought also. Why we do is different purpose. Many people are doing for health, but yoga can give you oneness with the Lord's thought also. You will be constantly absorbed in thinking of the Lord. That also is the purpose of yoga. Okay. Life should be so molded that one is always thinking, life should be so molded that one will always have the chance to think of Krishna. One should always act in such a way that all his daily activities are in connection with Krishna. He should arrange his life in such a way that throughout 24 hours of the day, he cannot think anybody else but Krishna. And the Lord's promise is that anyone who in such pure Krishna consciousness and in such activities, purposefully, thoughtfully, in a planned way, will certainly return to the abode of Krishna, that is Krishna Loka, where he will be engaged in association with Krishna face to face. Now we are not face to face, but we will be with Krishna face to face. This most confidential part of knowledge is spoken to Arjun because he is the dear friend of Krishna. Everyone who follows the path of Arjun can become a dear friend of Krishna and obtain the same perfection as Arjun. These words stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna in the very form of Krishna, having two hands, playing his flute, wearing peacock feather, the bluish body, beautiful face. There are descriptions of Krishna found in various scriptures. One should fix one's mind on the original form of the Lord, two-armed form of the Lord playing flute, and not divert to anything else. Concentration of the mind on the form of Krishna constitute the most confidential part of knowledge. And this is disclosed to Arjun, because Arjuna is very dear friend of Krishna. The very fact that Krishna spoke this verse 2 times, it gives us enough importance. I have made few notes. I hope I will be able to cover up all the practical parts of this verse. Because again I repeat, we don't want to become Panditas. We want to become practical followers of the instructions of the Lord in the most simple way, not in the complicated way, not in the philosophical jugglery way. So, few things are mentioned here, that all of us are doing something. What are common activities that we do? We eat every day. Everybody eats. So Krishna is saying that eat for me. What is the meaning of eat for me? That means you offer in Naivedya to me first. And then with love and devotion. Patram pushpam palam choyam yomai bhaktya prayachati. All these items which are covered here, and many more with combinations of the items. Yomai bhaktya, offer me with devotion. Then I will accept it. And it will become prasad. And my prasad, you eat. That is the most important activity, because for that eating we work whole day. We have to earn money to fill our bellies. So next comes is what we work for to maintain ourselves. So we then work for him only. We can work for ourselves also. We can also work for in a materialistic way, in a selfish way, for ourselves only, self-centered activity. But he is saying that you work for me. Arjuna is saying, I am not going to kill my grandfather, kill my guru, kill my uncles and kill my brothers and all. I am not going to use my bow and arrow for this purpose. I don't feel it is right to kill the relatives. But then Krishna told whole Bhagavad Gita, and what he did, he raised the same bow and arrow and he killed the same people who was not willing to kill. What is the difference? Now we understood the purpose of doing that. Before he was thinking, I should take my revenge. My wife is insulted. I have to take revenge and kill Duryodhana and Dushasana, and so many people are supporting him. But Krishna said, these are okay. This is all right. You have your own pain. I agree with you. But this war is not fought for elevating your individual pain. This is Dharma Yuddha. This is to establish Dharma much higher than your individual pains and pleasures. So you don't fight for your individual gains and loss. You fight for Dharma. And when you follow Dharma and fight, your individual purposes will also be fulfilled. So now when he rose again with a higher purpose. Not to just not to just take revenge of his wife's insult. He fought. And in that fighting, all the revenges also were fulfilled. So what Bhagavad Gita tells us, don't just work in a very small, narrow-minded way. Work in a magnanimous way. The same work that you do, now do it for me. So same war you are fighting, fight for my purpose. My purpose is dharma samstapana. So you fight for me. When you do that dharma samstapana by fighting, your purpose also will be fulfilled. So when you become, when you magnify your consciousness in connection with Krishna, then everything that you do becomes multiplyably meaningful, not simply meaningful. It becomes very highly meaningful. Our life becomes glorious when you do the same work for the Lord. And please understand, when you do any work for the Lord, you will never be at loss. You will never be at loss, or you will never be a person in pain or sorrow, worry why I did for the Lord. Better I did for myself only. And that is what is bhakti all about. Even fighting can be done for the Lord. Please understand. Arjuna fought the war. It was a war full of blood, flesh and death and life. It was not an ordinary war. Millions of people were killed in this war. Such a heinous activity. But even that can be done in service to the Lord, because it was ordained by the Lord. The Lord wanted him to fight and kill the miscreants. So if you don't do it, then you will be a non-doer of duty. But if you do it for my sake, that will be bhakti. It's a very high understanding of bhakti. Even fighting can be done for the sake of Krishna, to please him, in definition of bhakti. So that is why what we have to do. Whatever we do, we begin by doing those activities for ourselves, for earning money for myself, my family, my children, my samaj, whatever. But gradually we have to expand, that we have to do it for Krishna. What happens when you do it with Krishna? When we do it for ourselves, karma is created. Maybe good, maybe bad. When bad karma, bad reactions, painful reactions. Good karma, sukha will come. But you will be bound by sukha and dukha both. By the dint of good and bad activity that we are doing. We are not free from the karma and the results of karma, good and bad. Life is filled with the combination of sukha and dukkha as a result of good and bad activity that you have been all time doing. When we do work for Krishna, we are freed from the good or bad results of our activity. Such activity is called as akarma. Akarma means the karma which you do doesn't bind you with the results. And when you come on that platform and you have no binding sukha and dukkha or fruits of the activity, you are free to go back to Krishna. What is holding us from going back to Krishna? The karma that we are creating, that is binding us. We become baddha, become bound in the results of our karma. So Krishna is telling, do activities for my sake. I will free you from the reactions, good and bad, and give you salvation. Then when you work whole day for Krishna, in our village, I just went to Karkala. Then I went to Bulki also. Then I went to Mangalore also, Kodiyal. In our caste, people are every single day, without fail, go to Venkatramana temple. They'll water Tulsi, they'll see Ganesha, they'll see Hanuman, they'll see Garuda, they'll see Devi, they'll see Venkatramana, bow down again and again, chant some mantra, sit down there and go to work. And then they come back home, again they go to temple in the evening to attend evening arati. Again sit there for some time, do some bhajane. That means their beginning and the end of the day is bound by Lord only. And in between they also work for the Lord. And whenever opportunity comes, they speak about the Lord. And repeatedly and regularly what they do, they arrange the festivals, they participate in the festivals, they donate for the festivals, they distribute prasad, they take prasad, they do seva. Like there was a Vishwarup Darshana festival in Kartik, in Karkala. There were more than 150 rangolis. Amazing rangolis. And they were all done by devotees, men and women. And one rangoli will take hours together, of the Lord only. One Narsim Deva is tearing the abdomen of Hiranyakashipu, and somewhere Devi, somewhere Ganesha, somewhere Krishna. More than 150 rangolis. And more than maybe 10,000 lamps they had lit. You are still pouring oil. Many volunteers were there. This is bhakti. Activities which will make you think of the Lord, which you do for the Lord only. When you donate, you are doing for the Lord. When you are helping in cooking, you are doing for the Lord. When you are putting lamps and lighting the lamps, doing for the Lord. When you are doing Rangoli, doing for the Lord. When Bhatma means worshipping the Lord. Mangala Arati, Raja Bhoga Arati, Sandhya Arati, he is thinking of the Lord. You go to temple, you are thinking of the Lord. So what is mentioned here? Create an atmosphere which will make you remember the Lord. Be in that circle only. When you go out in disco, then you will not remember the Lord. Something else you will remember. And these are not difficult things. This requires only desire, first knowledge. With that knowledge, you develop desire. Ki yes, I want to do. Then with that desire, you take sankalpa. Ki I must do. I will do it this way. This is how I will do it. And then you act on the sankalpa. When you do these things, automatically you become Krishna conscious. You will not forget the Lord. If you wake up in the bed, when you open your eyes, before you open your eyes, remember Krishna. You get up, you fold your hands and remember Krishna and chant one mantra in Krishna's name. When you take bath, you keep singing Krishna's songs, or I keep hearing pravachans. That is my habit for last many years. I have got a small speaker filled with thousands of pravachans of my Guru, and I keep hearing the pravachans every single morning. When I am free, I am getting ready. I am taking bath, I am brushing, I am shaving, whatever I am doing. 2 pravachans I hear every day. So that time also utilize to think about the Lord. My day begins with thinking of the Lord, hearing about the Lord. Now I am taking Ayodhya Yatra. I am taking devotees to Ayodhya. So I am day and night hearing Ram Leela of Ayodhya. Whether I am traveling, whether I am sitting, whether I am getting up in the morning in the bathroom, I am only hearing about Lord Ram. That is my meditation, full day. So I think it is very easy that way. You should have knowledge, you should have desire, and you should have sankalpa, determination. And determination, please understand, it is only a commodity given to human beings. An animal cannot have determination. Nishchaya, pravrutti is only with manushya, manav, not with animals, not with birds, not with reptiles, not with insects. They don't have determination. They only act. We have activity based on determination. And that determination, when you cultivate purposefully, proactively, then you become more of a human being. Because you are using the faculty of human being, human life. And then such a way, when you work whole day for Krishna, first you give your fruits of labor to Krishna, maybe donate money to temple, and then you work only for Krishna. Like my cousin brother in Udupi, one time he retired voluntarily from voluntary retirement, and he just joined the temple full-time free seva, only working for temple in Udupi, collecting donations, going traveling, collecting donations, sitting there in reception, giving prasadam, distributing prasadam, doing seva, full-time only Venkatramana seva. So before he was working and giving donations as a fruit of his work, now he is working only in temple with no salary, nothing, eating prasadam there, going home. This is progress. You first work for yourself and then give little amount to Krishna, then you work only for Krishna. That is the best time you can do in retirement. When you work like this whole day, then you sleep. How you can say you are sleep in service to Krishna? When you sleep, getting tired from serving Krishna, and to get rejuvenated, to get up early and again to start serving, that sleep is also service to Krishna. If you sleep for yourself hours together because you know other work, that is not seva to Krishna. But you sleep because you know dharma of the sharir is to get tired, and you need to sleep to get again fresh, to again start serving. When that mood you sleep, minimum number of hours, required number of hours, that is sleep also is, nidra also is seva to Krishna. That nidra also will make you Krishna conscious because you are sleeping only for pleasing Krishna, to do his seva. Like that, eating, sleeping, creating children, protecting ourselves, making securities, everything can be for Krishna. How coming together in marriage is service to Krishna? When you create children who become devotees of Krishna, your marriage is successful. Because marriage is meant to first to become us devotees, And then whatever offerings come, we make them devotees, give them samskar of bhakti, and they become devotees and they serve Krishna. That is the purpose of marriage, to create Krishna conscious children. And let me now give examples to you how many of the people in the past history have done this. Everybody knows Shabri. She was 5-year-old and she served the sadhus very nicely. And with the service, the sadhus became very pleased. And then Matanga Muni was that main sadhu with group of sadhus. Many days they were in the forest where Shabri, as a bhilla, as a tribal caste, she served them menially by collecting herbs, by collecting wood, by collecting flowers, by collecting whatever, kusha grass, and making cow dung cakes, so many things she did. Before going, after completion of their yajna, they blessed her. Shabri, you will attain Lord Ram. And she was so happy, that in that happiness she forgot when. But by the time they had left, when she came to her external sense, oh, I didn't ask when. But she had faith in the word of Guru. It may be tomorrow or it may be whenever, I don't know. So every day from 5 years of age till 85 years of age, she was collecting flowers and collecting the berries. You and me may think that, oh, when Lord Ram came, she went to forest and bitten the berries and she brought. No, she was doing it for every single day from 5 years of age till 85 years of age. Maybe today he will come, maybe today he will come, maybe today he will come. And she will pluck flowers and decorate the path with flowers and go to forest and pluck berries and beat them and see, bite them and see which is sweet. Throw the bitter ones and keep the sweet ones. Every day she was doing. So what was her mind? Ram conscious all the time. Only waiting for Lord Ram. Day and night thinking of Lord Ram, sleeping with his thought, waking up with his thought, and seeing in the dream also he is coming, and he is coming. What we say the bhajan? Hare Rama Rama ratte ratte बीती रे उमरिया रघुकुल नंदन कब आओगे भिलनी की झुपड़िया रामा रामा रटते रटते बीती रे उमरिया. Whole life has gone, old Lord Ram, calling your name, thinking about you, serving you. When you will come? In Bhilni Jhopadiya, in my heart, when you will come? Very beautiful song. So then there is story of Arjun also. Yudhishthira Maharaj, his older brother, after he became king and everything was fine, Kauravas were destroyed and they became kings. One day Krishna was there with them and Yudhishthira asked Krishna, why did you choose Arjun to tell Geeta? We also are your devotees. We also love you. We also have friends. All 5 of us are equal devotees. So Krishna said, one day I will tell you. One day I will tell you. So many days passed and one day Arjuna was sleeping, maybe taking a nap in the afternoon, sleeping in one room nicely, one kaksha. And Krishna told Yudhishthira that time, please come. Go in the room and put your ear to any part of Arjuna's body. That means we call roam. In any roma of his body, you put your ear and tell me. Yudhishthira went and he put his ear on his legs, on his abdomen, on his hands, on his every part of the body. Each and every hair follicle, roma, were chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. He was able to hear it. He said that is his meditation. Not only his roma is meditating on me. So certainly when you put your ears, you are hearing my name only. So Yudhishthira said, now I got the answer why you chose him. You are not that devotee of yours, the way Arjuna is. Arjuna is sold out to him completely. Body, mind and words, kaya, vacha, mani. Every part of his existence is sold out to Krishna. So there is a difference. Amongst even great devotees, there is a difference. So Krishna showed that difference to Yudhishthira. Okay? Lord Ram has 2 diaries. One time one devotee went and met Lord Ram in Ayodhya and he said, I know my Lord, you have a diary. Can you show me a diary? Because you have written the names of your devotees in diary. Lord Ram had a diary where thousands of devotees' name was written, which Ram considers as these devotees. So it was having thousands of names, but that devotee who was asking that diary did not find Hanuman's name in that. So the devotee is puzzled. No? You will also be puzzled. How Hanuman's name is not there? His name should be first in the list. He is the Dasottam of Lord Ram. So he asked. The Lord said, I have another diary. This is the diary of the people who remember me. But there is another diary of people whom I remember every day. And in that Hanuman is the first one. Then there are many more people also. Garuda is there, Kakabushundi is there, Hanuman is there, and there are many other devotees are there, but very few are there. Where Lord loves them so much that He remembers them all the time. That is Hanumanji. Everybody, all of us are devotees of Lord Ram. But Hanuman is Hanuman. His devotion, his remembrance, his surrender, his getting himself sold out to Lord Ram is not matchable. We cannot match it. Lord has made one statement in Bhagavad Gita. What He says? Ananyas chintayanto mam yojanaha paryupasate tesham nityaviyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Now, again the smaran part is there. Chintayanto. Yeah? Chintayanto means smarana, to remember. Now what is ananyas? Ananya. Nothing else but Krishna. That is called ananya. Ananya means you don't think of anybody else but Krishna. Like a girl who has fallen in love with a boy, she doesn't think of anybody else but of that boy. Day and night, when she opens the books of the school, or go to washroom, or go to school, or whatever, she's only thinking of that boy. And the boy is thinking only of her. That is called Ananya Chintan. But in the materialistic way. But when we do Ananya Chintan like this about Krishna, why we should think of Krishna all the time? The question may come, na? It sounds little autocratic. Think of me, worship me, offer pranam to me, become my devotee. It looks like very egoistic person. Huh? I am great, I am Lord, I am the master, I am the well-wisher. You worship me, you pray to me. Somebody who is not devotee will feel, I don't want to read this book. He is such an autocratic person, he is only talking about himself. But your father tells a child in a jatra, hold my finger, don't leave my finger, otherwise you will be in danger. Somebody may feel how egoistic this man is. Your security is only with me. Don't leave this finger. This finger is all your security in life. Don't leave this finger. It appears very egoistic. But isn't that a fact? If he leaves that finger, he will be lost in the jatra. So Krishna is telling the fact to you. He is not trying to be egoistic or autocratic. So when he is telling openly to all of you, man mana, always think of me. What will happen if you think of him? Yes, he is mentioned in this verse. If you always think of me favorably, anukulyasya sankalpo, pratikulyasya varjanam, you think of me favorably like a devotee and not unfavorably like Kamsa, as an enemy, as an envy, then I will look after you. I will look after your needs. Yoga kshema, your needs, what you have, I will preserve. What you need, I will give. What is the difference yoga and kshema? Yoga means I will give you what you don't have, what you lack. And what is kshema? I will preserve what you have. What is required in life? What you need, you should get. And what you have should be preserved. Lord said, you don't have to do any more all those things for yourself. I will do it for you. I will look after you. If somebody is working for me, suppose you are working for a company or some boss. Does the boss give salary to you? Yeah, because you work for me, he gives salary that maintains your family and yourself, right? But you work for the Lord, you think Lord will not maintain you? If the materialistic boss in the office is paying you for your work and your family is maintained, your child is getting educated, what if the master of the whole world is your master and you are working for him? He will not maintain you? Tesham nityaviyuktanam, oh Arjun, nitya, you eternally have faith in me. But I will maintain you. I will look after you. But your job is to ananya chintan. Ananyas chintayanto mam. If you think of me means not just thinking of me, working also for me. doing everything for me, offering everything to me, worshipping me, offering pranam to me, think of me, remembering my name, chanting my name, all activities only connected with me, then I am obliged to take care of you. They don't have to worry about it. So many saintly people's life, what do they tell us? That Lord is looking after us. Why should I bother? I'll tell the story of Madhavendra Puri to you. There are many saints, so I'll tell you. Madhavendra Puri is a great devotee in the maybe 600 years back. He was avatar of Kalpavruksha of Vaikuntha. And he was a Ayachak Pravrutti. Ayachak Pravrutti means there are all sannyasis, na? They have official Yachak Pravrutti. That means they go and beg. They have given up everything. They have taken sannyas. So they have right to beg and we have right to give them. We must give them. But there are some sadhus. They are Ayachak Pravrutti. That is called Ajagar Pravrutti. That means what? What is Ajagar's job? He doesn't go out anywhere. He sits there and whoever comes at his mouth, he eats. Thevile anante taishe se rahave. That means I will not go and hunt for my food or beg for my food. If Lord wants me, He will feed me. He was that kind of person. 4 days he would not eat only. He would just meditate and chant and chant and chant. So one time he was doing that in Govardhan, in Vrindavan Dham. And 3 days he did not do anything. Full day he was chanting only in deep meditation. So the ladies, they were at the pond washing clothes. They were watching, अरे बाबा सुबह भी जप कर रहे हैं, दोपहर को भी जप कर रहे हैं, शाम को भी जप कर रहे हैं, रात में भी जप कर रहे हैं, भिक्षा मांगने को जा नहीं रहे कभी. So Krishna came as a Gopal, not as Krishna but as a cowherd boy, as a Gopal, Gaudi. And he brought the pot of milk and he said, Baba, I heard from local ladies that you are not going out to beg. So those who don't have to go out to beg, it is my duty to give milk to them. Please drink this milk. And I will come after some time to take the pot. So boy was very charming. His words were very sweet and enchanting. So he kept on looking to the boy. Boy said, you eat, you drink, I will come. And he went away and disappeared. And then Madhavendra Puri drank the milk. When he drank the milk, his romancha stood up. He had tears in his eyes. So much of love he felt. He said, maybe that boy is Krishna, I missed him. And he went on searching, he never found him. And the same boy came in the dream and said, yes, I am Krishna. I came to you. But those who don't beg, it is my duty to maintain them. So I myself came to you to give milk. And there is Sanatana Goswami. There are many people in the history. In Maharashtra, UP, Bihar, you just name. There are many devotees who Krishna has come and fed them. Narsingh Mehta, you heard, no? Same thing. So many devotees. So Ananyas Chintanto Mami is not a false promise like politicians. It's a true promise. You decide to choose Krishna as your master and you decide to choose not to think of anything else but Him. Then you see in your life it will happen. Even you will not be able to tell others also. That much confidence it will be. But you will feel within the heart, yes, He is looking after me. This is He and nobody else. Others will not be able to believe also when you say. But you in the heart of your heart will know, it is my dear Lord Krishna who has done this thing for me. Who else can do this thing? There was a Madhavdas, one saintly person in Odisha. He came to Odisha, and in that time Odisha, you know that ocean, the bank of the ocean was like a deep jungle. Nobody can dare to go there in the middle of the night. It was such a lonely place. Now it is crowded with all the tourists and everything. In those days, the bank of Odisha ocean, Jagannath Puri ocean was like, you can't dare to go after sunset. So he came there and he chose that place. So the sadhus always choose the place which is in seclusion. So doing his bhajan. But unfortunately, he developed diarrhea. You know what kind of diarrhea? This is called Sangrahani. Sangrahani means continuous diarrhea. You are just passing only. There is no break in between. You just pass and then you become dehydrated. You lose your blood pressure. You become unconscious. Like that he was passing and there was nobody. Suddenly a beautiful bluish boy came there. Looking like a Odia village boy. He said, Baba, what is happening to you? He can't even speak also. But he saw that person in such a deep pain and passing. So that boy cleaned him with the ocean water. He couldn't even respond to, he was so weak. And then onwards, this boy came every day in the middle of the night and cleaned him. After some time, he regained some strength, some whatever, his health was regained. And he came to his senses. Somebody is coming and cleaning me. How can somebody come in the middle of the night in such a place where nobody can dare to come? So on the 5th or 6th day, he was a little better. He said, "Who are you?" He said, "I was passing by from here. I saw you in distress, so I came." He said, "Who can dare to come here in the middle of the night? You are Jagannath. Don't hide yourself from me. Please reveal your identity." So this boy just ran away. He cleaned him and he ran away. Then he came further. 10 days passed. So 10th day he was fully in realization that this boy is none other than Jagannath only. He said, "My Lord, you are cheating me. Please reveal yourself to me. Otherwise don't touch me. I am your devotee. How can I take service from you like this? And that too this service of cleaning myself and my dirt." The Lord said, the boy said, No, I'm a village boy. I am used to this darkness and I am not scared. Then he said, "Don't touch me." When the Lord felt, now I can't serve my devotees. My devotee, I want to serve him. So he revealed himself as Jagannath. Then he just felt unconscious again, out of tears. My Lord, you are my worshipable Lord. How you can do this to me? The Lord said, "It is my pleasure to serve my devotees. My devotees serve me and I serve my devotees." There is an eternal competition between the devotees and the Lord. Devotees want to serve the Lord and the Lord want to serve his devotees. There is eternal Leela going on. So then Lord showed himself to Madhavdas. Madhavdas cried like anything. Then he said, "My Lord, you are feeling so pity on me because of my loose motion. You are Lord, now you can nullify, you can cure me immediately by touching." He said, "No, then how will I serve you? So you have 15 days more of this suffering. Then you nullify." He said, "No, I have only one solution. I will take your karma on me and free you from your disease." And instantly Madhavdas got cured and Lord took that karma, whatever loose motion karma on him, suffering, fever. That's why 15 days every year Lord has fever. That is the promise that he has given to Madhavdas, that 15 days of pure karma I will take on me. You see the love of the Lord. Lord becomes sold out to his devotee. First the devotee sells himself to Lord and the Lord sells himself to the devotee. So I am yours, I will serve you. What he has not done? He has gone to Janabai's house and he has did chakki. He has washed her buffalo. He has filled water. He has washed her clothes, household clothes. He has cleaned her gotha, that is cow shed. What he has not done? He has heard the cows of Chokha Mela. He is herding the cows of Janabai and Chokha Mela. He is stealing the kheer of Namdev. He is our Lord. He is my Vitthal. He is my Krishna. So why we should think of the Lord all the time? Because then the Lord becomes yours. He becomes purchased by you. Who will not like, I don't want to purchase the Lord, but I would like Lord to become mine. Or Lord to say, "You are mine." I will not say, "You are mine," but Lord should say, "You are mine." That is a better position, right? He accepts you as his own. So there was one nice Hindi statement. I'll be very entertaining for you, very interesting for you. Amazingly, I was traveling from Mumbai to Mathura, and then we had one TC friend in that train, and the TC was free from his work, so he called me and said, "Doctor Sahab, बैठिए." I said, "Yes." He opened his diary, small diary. He said, "आपको मैं एक पद सुनाता हूँ." So he said, "तू तेरे काम में, तो मैं मेरे धाम में." कौन बोल रहे हैं? भगवान बोल रहे हैं. If you are very busy in your own selfish work, then I am also very busy in my own house. पर तू मेरे नाम में, तो मैं तेरे काम में. When you choose to always remember me, then all your calm, that means all your required work, I will be there. And this statement also is not a fake statement. You have heard about Kardam Muni, Devahuti. In third canto, third skanda of Bhagavatam, this katha comes. Devahuti and Kardam Muni. This Devahuti is the mother of Kapil Dev Bhagwan. Kapil Dev was born out of Devahuti and Kardam Muni. Who was Devahuti? Devahuti was the daughter of Manu, the first Manu, the first son of Brahma. Brahma had many children. The first son was Swayambhu Manu. This Manu was the first king of the whole world. And his daughter was Devahuti. His daughter was such a devotional girl, and she was at the same time so beautiful. Just to see her beauty on earth, the demigods would fly in aeroplanes and go around her terrace where she would play ball to see her beauty, and many of them would fall, they would faint and they would fall from airplanes. She was such a beauty. And demigods are very beautiful, but they would come and get enamored by her beauty. But more than that, she was such a devotee of the Lord. So Swayambhu Manu did not find equal match for her, who is equally in wealth, equal in beauty, equal in position and power. He went to jungle by the order of Vasishtha Muni, who is Guru, and met Kardam Muni, who has nothing. He is simply sitting in the hut and praying to the Lord, day and night, big dadi, and ayacha kurti. Whatever comes on the way, he will eat, otherwise he will not even get up also for months together. That kind of sadhu he was. And this big king of the universe came to Kardam Muni's hut and said, please marry my daughter. He said, why have you come to me? You should find a Rajkumar for her. He said, no, my Guru has told, this is the best husband for your daughter. So he accepted and he married her. And again he went in meditation. He didn't even know for a long time. And this Devahuti, such a beautiful girl, lost all her luster and beauty, hair became matted because she was seeing in jungle. She didn't even put her foot on the ground anytime. She had to walk barefoot in the jungle. So she served him, ate roots and herbs and lost all her luster. After many years of serving him, one day he came out with meditation and he saw her. And first he asked her, who are you? So she said, I'm your wife. I married you. You married me. So he remembered. So he said, okay, you have served me selflessly, giving up all your opulence, wealth, luxuries of kingdom. You stayed in the forest with me in the middle of wild animals. I'm so happy with you. Please tell me what you want. So she said, every wife after marrying wants children. And I have not been having children. So Kardam Muni created a palace in the air. Like a city in the air he created. Which is much more powerful than any demigod. Or any demigod loka, Deva Loka. And there he created palaces and mountains and rivers and falls and bagichas and everything and nice ivory furniture, and they enjoyed for 100 celestial years. Each day of the celestial year is 6 months. Is equal to 1 day. Such 30 days a month, such 12 months a year, such 100 years he lived as a husband and wife. He gave a dip to her in one pond and she regained all her beauty instantly. And he gave up his sadhu body and he became princely boy. And they created 9 daughters, divine daughters. At the end of 9 daughters, he again went back to forest. And he was about to leave to go to forest. He said, now you wanted children, I have given children to you. So he said, you gave me 9 daughters. Now the next duty is to get them married. So he was thinking, now I may have to stay back. Now listen very carefully. At that very time, his mind was telling, I should go to do my meditation. I fulfilled that desire. Now I should go back to my meditation. So he just thought what to do now. At that very moment, Brahma came with 9 rishis. 9 selected rishis for these 9 individual girls. And with his kharcha, Brahmaji married all 9 daughters with 9 rishis. Only Kardam Muni is giving Kanyadan. All doni, dakshina, everything, all arrangement, everything Brahma did. Now what does this mean? Ananyas chintayantu mam, yogakshemam vahamayam. I will look after your needs. This is the very valid proof that if you dedicate your life in service to the Lord, in remembering Him, Lord will take care of your duties. And I am also a fortunate person to have such kind of experience in my life. Especially when my daughter got married. I remember this whole Kardamundi Leela. How my daughter got married, from where the money came, how things were arranged, is still a mystery and a miracle. I wanted time to collect money and do a reasonably good marriage, but there was no time. It was a whole hurry. And my friend is witness here. He's in photography there also. That time I remembered this Kardamuni Devati story and the daughter's wedding. So it is not that he only did for Kardamuni. He is doing today also. I guarantee you. You choose to dedicate your life to Krishna and his seva, and you will see every single day, Jethe Zato Tethe Tu Maza Sangati. You are always accompanying me. Not only accompanying me from distance. Salavisi Hati Dharuniya. With your finger he is holding and he is making you walk. Through all thick and thin. Through all difficulties. And that is practical Bhagavad Gita. It is not just to recite the shlokas and send your children for competition. 9th chapter, 12th chapter, and he stood first, he stood second. It's good to start with, but actually meant for living this life. And when you live the life as per Krishna's instruction in Bhagavad Gita, you will have these experiences every day, not once in a while in a year on a festival day. The Lord will be there in your life every day, and you will feel it. So such a way you will feel it, you can't even tell to others. Because we say, na, it is between you and the Lord. Nobody else can understand. Only another person who has similar experiences can relate to you. But even if you want to, you will not be telling your husband or to your son or to your daughter-in-law. You can't tell that because it's or how to connect that topic. They will not believe you. They will say, my mother-in-law is gone mad actually. She saw Krishna in the dream. She's always gone to some hallucinations, they will say. But for you, it's not hallucination. It's a day-to-day experience. And not once. Your life will be filled with such day-to-day experiences which will give you hope that Bhagavad Gita is not a fake literature. It's a true literature. It means what it is speaking. The Lord means what he is speaking here. Every word that he has spoken to Arjuna is a fact. Are you ready to accept that realization of being it a fact? That is the only question. Lord has no dearth. Lord is not conjuice. Okay, or only Arjun ko diya, baki kisi ko nahi dunga. He is my friend. Only I am giving him a friend. No, he is ready to give you and me also. Provided you and me choose bhakto semi sakhacha iti. We both choose to become devotee and the friend of the Lord. Then the Lord will behave like Arjun with you and me also. That is a guarantee that Krishna is giving. Last line is Yam Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavam Jajjite Ante Kalevaram Tam Tam Evanti Kaunteya Sada Tad Bhava Bhavita. This is one verse. And the next verse is Anta Kalecha Mameva Smaran Muktva Kalevaram. This smaran, this thinking, this meditating is so important. Is stressed again and again in Bhagavad Gita. First you hear, then you recite. But after you hear and recite, what comes? Smaran. You remember. I have told you something. You go and tell your family members whatever I told. And what will happen by that? You will remember what I told. By hearing and reciting, repeating. So this smaran is a very important item Krishna is mentioning. What is the meaning of this verse? Yam Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavam. Meaning whatever you think, Yam Yam, whatever you think while departing from your body. Tyajyate Ante Kalevaram. Kalevaram means body. Ante means end. Whenever Tyajyate means while leaving the body, whatever you think, whatever, Yam Yam, of money, of women, of men, of position, of power, of anything, whatever you are into. Tam Tam Evaiti Konteya Sada Tad Bhava Bhavita. Without fail, you will attain that memory that you have recited or remembered. Whatever you have chosen to remember or you are remembering by the way, you will attain that state without fail. So you have to be careful what we are thinking. And then Antakalecha Mam Eva Smaran Muktva Kalevaram. At the time of death, while leaving the body, whoever thinks of me, Antakalecha Mam Eva, who remembers me, he will attain me without fail. Such a simple thing. It is not complicated. It is not difficult also. For that, what you have to do? Think of the Lord when you are alive, while your life is going on. What will you remember? What you have been thinking all time. Suppose a girlfriend all time thinking of the boyfriend dies in accident on the road. What do you think she will die? Remembering boyfriend. So similarly, if you are in love with the Lord, if you die with accident on the road, how will you die? Remembering the Lord only. दिन रात जिसका विचार करते हैं, अगर अचानक मृत्यु होती है तो उसके ही विचार में मृत्यु होगी ना. This is the secret of life. When life is there, when breath is there, when heartbeat is going on, practice thinking of Him. Always think of me, Krishna says. Practice thinking of Him, then you will be so much habituated. Ananya Chintana will happen with you. It's not tomorrow it will happen. Start from today, keeping the goal in mind. Pray for the Lord. Pray to the Lord for the blessing. I want to think of you, my Lord, before I leave. At the time of my death, I want to think of you. I want to only think of you. I tell my son, my daughter-in-law, my friends, when I am about to leave, come and chant the name of the Lord. Do kirtan. So even if my mind is wandering, it will come back to the memory of my sweet Lord. You should write a will. You write a will now. This house is my daughter. This money is my son. This bangla is my daughter-in-law. This is for sanstha. Also write, please come and do kirtan for me when I am leaving. I may be unconscious. I may not be able to speak also what I want. But I am writing in will. I want you people to come and chant for me loudly in my ears so that my bhatka hua mind will again come back to what it should think of. Write in your will. First will, first desire, and then write in the same will. Then Krishna will make sure. Even if Timbuktu, you are about to leave your body, in Timbuktu he will send somebody to remind you of him. This is my firm faith, I can tell you. If you are so determined to think of him at the time of death, Lord will make sure he will send somebody to remind you of him. Antakale cha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram. This is Bhagavad Gita in practice. And this is what all of us should practice. If we don't practice this, sorry to say, his life is a waste. His life has gone already a waste. But it's never too late. Whenever you remember this or you come to know this, that is the time to start. And Lord knows your heart. See, you cannot cheat the Lord. And Lord knows transparently what is in your heart. If you really come to know at the age of 80, I wasted my whole life. Now I want to think of the Lord. But you are so determined about it. Lord will make sure that you will remember Him. What it takes for the Lord to make you remember Him? Tell me. It's like this for Him. Only thing you have to want it, then He will give you. Anything you are desperate for, Lord will give you. So don't get desperate for anything else but for Him. Then He will give Himself to you. You say give money, He'll give money. You say give fame, He'll give fame. You say give beauty, give beauty. Give me health, He'll give health. If you say give yourself, then He'll give Himself. Depends on what you ask ना. क्या पूछ रहे हो उसके पर depend है ना वो. You say no, I don't want wealth, I don't want fame, I don't want beauty, I don't want health, I don't want anything, my Lord. What do you want? I want you, my Lord. Okay, I am yours. Then when you have Him, what else you want? What else you need to want? Nothing. Everything is included. Whatever you are otherwise asking is all included. When you get Him. So this is such a beautiful verse. It is supposed to be the central theme of Bhagavad Gita. The whole Bhagavad Gita was told to Arjun to make him think of Krishna. While shooting arrow, think of him. Why I am killing Dushasana? To please Krishna. Why I am killing Duryodhana? Whomever he killed. Why I am killing Karna? Because Krishna told me to kill Karna. My mind doesn't agree. I should kill Karna in an unarmed condition. But he is telling me, kill him. So I am killing him. I may like or may not like, but I am following his desire and I want to please him. Sam siddhir hari toshanam. Whatever you do, see that the Lord is pleased. When He is pleased, your life is successful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Please speak loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I just wish and pray that all of you should strive for remembering Krishna all the time. Please pray like that. Even if you get a sneeze, Akchi, say Krishna. If something pricks you, say Krishna. Make a habit. If doctor gives injection to you, say Krishna. Give it slowly, Krishna. Practice. When you put Panna, Krishna. When you take bath, think of Krishna. Keep yourself covered all the time. Enveloped and not to leak anywhere outside. Your mind is always ready to leak outside. Don't allow the mind to leak. Practice every day. That is why we get up and chant for 2 hours every day. Mind is still thinking of many things while we are chanting. But we have to practice that. No, my Lord, my mind is running here and there like a naughty child, but I want to think of you, my Lord. With every mantra I chant, I want to remember you, my Lord. I want to remember you. Please, let my mind be on you, my Lord. Savai Krishna Padara Yindavor. Savai Manaha Krishna Padara Vindayor. Let my mind be always at your feet, my Lord. Savai Manaha Krishna Padara Vindayor. 2 lotus feet of the Lord. Let my mind be always be at your lotus feet. Prana Prayana Samaye Kafavata Pittau Kantavad Rodhano Swaranam Kutaste. What is he saying? King Kulshekara, let me remember you now. Because who knows when Kapavata Pitta will choke my throat at the end of my life, how will I remember you? Swaranam Kutaste. I don't know. Let me remember you. Practice chanting, remembering your name now. When my throat will be choked up, I don't know what will happen. My Lord, please help me. Savai Manaha Krishna Padara Vindayo. Let my mind be at your feet, my Lord. See, without prayer, nothing happens. Nothing is free. Prayer has to be there. And prayer means what? Humility. Yet you bow down to somebody and pray. You can't pray without humility. You can pray without humility. Oh, I am so great, why should I pray? You cannot pray. You feel that I am nothing, then you can pray. So everything is very scientific. It is not just a mythology. Our science is realistic, not mythology. People love to say mythology. Nothing is mythology. It is all truth. So maybe we can chant for few minutes together. We'll call the name. We'll not just chant, we'll call the name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.